things like I'm going to show you. It's really how to pretend to be three-dimensional. And you can do that in various levels. I've actually built a game that's called 2.5D. So a 2.5-dimensional game, you've got all the characters look like little cartoon cutouts. There's no depth. There's no real light. Like usually it's how characters react to light is how you see whether or not they're three-dimensional. So I look three-dimensional to you now because light bouncing off my face at different angles. You can see, like when this light's lit up, if parts of my hand, if it's round, parts will be more in shadow based on what angle the light's coming in. So we do the same thing in games, is to try to figure out what those different angles are. I lost my point. But anyway, let me show you this because everybody's looking at it. So first, let me prove that this is a game. Because that's often, you see some stuff like this and people say it's a game, and then you look at it and it's really, really lame. So I want to start on the start menu. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to show you how this stuff works. And then I'm going to show you, to kind of support Ms. Williams, and show you how much stinking math is behind it all. Gaming in 3D at Carey Academy. Let me turn the lights off. So, this game, like I said, I only started using this program a week ago. So I'm brand new, and I think that's a good point at which to try to show it to other people, because I just learned this stuff, so I remember what I just learned. You can download this game completely for free, and there's a tutorial that you go through. It's about 100 pages long. But it's got a lot of different screenshots, and what they've done is they've got this whole game, all this artwork was there. I just changed these words. And that's the way the whole game is. Everything's put together, and they've just subtracted out a little piece here, 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 all the way down. It's like breadcrumbs, following breadcrumbs through the forest at Hansel and Gretel. They've got a whole long train of things they've subtracted out one piece at a time. And your job is basically to add one piece in at a time, and when you're done, what you've got is what I'm about to show you. So you can do this. You go home this afternoon, you download this. If you work hard on it for, I'd say 3-4 hours, you can have this whole thing working on your own. And then you can play with it. You can mess around with it and change how it works. And why is my mouse not showing up? I didn't plug it all the way in. Okay, so let's play. And Lerps is the name of this guy. So that's called, that's a cutscene. So is he three-dimensional? Let's find out. Hey, wow, he can move. He can jump. Whoa, what's that? He's got a jetpack on the back. I'll get over here in the dark so you can see it better. So you can see that there's kind of a bug. I left a bug in here for you guys. So you see there's, under each one of these nozzles, there's supposed to be air coming out. And air's coming out of this one, okay, that shows that he's jetting, but the other one seems to be off. Also, so I didn't say what the backstory is. So Lerps arrived on this kind of platforms in the sky here. And in these platforms, when he landed his spaceship, the people that lived there got all mad at him. And so they locked his spaceship up. And he needs to collect. It's actually, the default was to set to 20, but I changed it down to 2 so I could do this faster. And I'll show you where that is. But at any rate, he needs to collect enough of these things that they will lose the power that's holding his spaceship prisoner. So he's going to walk around and try to get those. And then this is his health meter. Oh, it's not showing up real good, but there's kind of like a pie piece thing around that. So, and there's his health. So he can go get that heart, right? Let's see if he can go get that heart. Whoa. Uh-oh. And I'll show you how that happens too in a minute. Doesn't that heart seem to be right there? So there's another bug. Man, this is messed up. It's another intentional bug. So let me just show you how the gameplay is supposed to work. He runs around here, he hits jump pads. Uh-oh. Oh, I messed up. That was unintentional mess up. I was facing the wrong way when I hit the jump pad. So he lands on these things, and then he's got to run away from these robot guards. They come and try to get him, chase after him. He can punch. They can punch. And if he punches twice, they going to collect 2 of these things, and once I collect 2 of those things, you'll see a cutscene come in. Anybody know what a cutscene is?
Yeah.
Like short movies.
Yeah. Go ahead, you can shout it out. There's the cutscene. It's a picture-in-picture cutscene, so it's showing, hey, the fence just went down on your spaceship, Lurps. So why don't you go ride your spaceship? And so I'm kind of going through a fast version of this game. Woo! Hey, that's kind of cool too. This is another thing in the tutorial that they point out. Oh man, you can't see it too well on the screen. But basically, Lurps has a shadow so that you know where he's going to land. And you've probably seen this in games, just not noticed. But so you can tell in advance where he's going to land. There's a shadow of him. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't really show up. But the shadow kind of is projected down, again, based on this light that in the 3D game we're imagining the light being in the sky and figuring out where to put it. So,
Oh yeah, I saw.
yeah. Well, it's kind of neat because this shadow is actually a cheat. It's not a real dynamic shadow because that costs, there's a lot of math to draw shadows. So as soon as he touches the spaceship, now we get a full screen cutscene, and you're going to see the spaceship go away. Flies away there. And that's the end of the game. I think. In a minute. Stop. There we go. Alright, so now the fun part. The fun part is how you make the game. And I'm going to show you that. I just wanted to give you an idea that this really is a 3D game and show you how it works. Now, first thing you're going to notice, look at that, X, Y, and Z. You guys heard of those before?
Yeah.
Axis.
Yeah. And the default, like if you bring up Unity for the very first time, Unity is the name of this program. You go to unity3d.com, Unity, the number 3d.com. And you can download it. It takes a while to download, actually. But it runs on Mac or PC. At any rate, we're inside the Unity program now. And this is, I don't know if you guys are real familiar with Macs, but they kind of do things different in that all the commands that you can do are up here at the top. But at any rate, you start off with this empty screen. So if you download the tutorial files, like I was showing you, that we just went through, there's a lot of stuff already there. But when you first start off, it's completely blank. And then you've got to pick a scene or start a completely new scene. And you can start with just an empty world and then just draw a big flat plane and then build on top of it. That's not how this one works. So let me show you how it goes. Yep. So I can move, I can zoom in, and you can see this really is a 3D game. So when I said before, what's the difference between 2D and 3D? It really is representing every object in this world as having a unique set of coordinates, X, Y, and Z, and a unique set of sizes and stuff. So let me, if I can click on a particular place inside the world. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's find Lurps. Lurps is the key guy. And so you can see it's now giving me, okay, what is all this crap? Excuse me. These represent light sources that are in the game. And this happens in almost every game. There's light sources, but it doesn't actually look like there's a light post or anything. And somehow that doesn't bother us as humans when we're playing the game. We're just, yeah, we know the light's coming from somewhere, and we don't really pay attention to the fact whether there's really an actual lamp somewhere. Each one of those is a different light. And the lights are positioned so by the people that originally come up with it to show all the things that are important to show. So I'm zooming in now on Lurps, and we can see there's Lurps' toe. That's not really useful. So what you get, and when you start learning how to use this, get a bunch of different ways to move within the environment. So if I hold down a button and go, like if you're familiar with, who's played games on the PC before where you use the W, A, S, and D keys for movement? Yeah. Wow. So awesome. So this is funny. Got to do an aside. One of the guys on my dissertation committee was a longtime computer scientist, and he got really mad because at one point in my dissertation, 177-page document. You've written a long paper before, try 177 pages was the thing that I just finally got approval on Monday. And I wrote, you use the W, A, S, and D keys for movement. He's like, what does that mean? Who's going to know what that means? I was like, anybody who's ever played a computer game is going to know what that means. So for those of you that haven't, because not everybody said they had, the W, A, S, and D keys are kind of together. And you put your fingers like this. So A is over here, D is over there, and W is up. A goes to the left, D goes to the right, W goes forward. And then if you pull the W key down, that same finger can do S for backwards. So it's okay to overlap, have one finger do both forwards and backwards, because in games you usually move in what direction? Forward. So games are kind of designed to have you move forward. Well, it's kind of funny because when you're building the games, you use the exact same keys. So here I'm going to use W, A, S, and D, and actually they add one more in that I can use, well, maybe I can. Let me go with 4 split. Just a second. Where'd lerps go? Lerps in the world. This is kind of cool. There's a keyboard shortcut that if once I get lerps selected, his object, if I hit F in each one of these scenes, it will center the scene around the object, which is really convenient. So I went to a 4 split because whenever okay, what's a 4 split? This is actually showing, see how there's this little thing in each one? A perspective view tries to show, it's oriented so that you're looking, as you look deeper, up or down or sideways in the scene, you're getting pieces of X, Y, and Z. So the X, Y, and Z axes are depicted by these different colors, and you're kind of looking at it diagonally. That's what perspective in the sense of 3D design tools means. So if you look in this tool, where's the Y? There is no Y. It's just projecting, so you're looking flat on from the Y direction, which in this case of this game, Y is looking down from above. So this is looking at the whole scene from above. And usually when we do these kind of perspectives, so this one's just the Y, this one's just the Z, and this one's just the X, and it allows you to move in just that one dimension. So this one's looking straight down on the scene, this one's looking straight from the front side, and this is looking from the, there it is, front side, and this is looking from the right side, and that says top. Gosh, I didn't notice that before, but that sure does help. So why does this look different though? It's just lines instead of being a picture. Well, usually we do that, and this is called wireframe. So wireframe means I just want to look at the lines that are kind of describing the outside of the object or the middle of the object. And the reason you do that is because if you don't, then stuff that's in the way blocks your view. So when I do this, it allows me to position things. It allows me to position things and grow things better. So here's lerps from above. And let's move in on lerps here. Oh no, that's not lerps. I selected the wrong thing. There's lerps. And you can see, and this has kind of got a wireframe on him. Everything that's done inside